Hello everyone. Good morning. So, I'm back with another live stream. Today we'll continue with our retopology for the character. And if you follow me daily, that I actually stream daily on my YouTube, on this channel. So if you follow me regularly, so you know that I usually stream around 7:30 p.m. like in the evening time. But today I have decided that from today onwards I will start my streaming from around this time, and I will stream for roughly usually stream for around one and a half hour to 3 hours, but I have decided that I will start streaming for more than 3 hours from now onwards, and I will start my streaming at this time. So that was it. Hi, by the way, if you don't know me, then hello, I am Prasham Chakraborty. I am a 3D artist from Kolkata. I specialize in modeling and texturing, especially for creating stylized asset or product model for product model visualization purposes. So that is what I do, and right now I am shifting from modeling towards animation and rigging. I am working on the story, and that is about me. And today we will continue with our retopology. By the way, hello, if you are new to this channel, then hello, welcome to this channel. If you are a 3D artist or any artist in general, just drop your name or what you do in the chat box and let me know that you are here. In the meantime, I will open my software for today's video. I will use Maya for the retopology, but the concept is same. Even if you use Blender or anything else, then the concept remains the same, but just I am comfortable with Maya, so I decided that today I will do the retopology inside of Maya, and it is taking a while to load up, but that's all right. Still it is loading up, just a moment. Okay, we have it. So this is what we have at present. We made this jacket in our last stream yesterday, and I want to check few things. Yes, everything is fine. We have everything figured out for this, and we have two versions of this jacket. So yes, that is it. Now we have to take care of, we are done with this part, we are done with this part, and now we have to make sure that we make the pockets for our jacket, and then we also have to decimate the remaining parts of our model in ZBrush, then bring them here and proceed with our retopology. But for now I will work on the jacket, the pockets for this jacket. So yes, let me continue, and before I proceed, I would love to gather few references for my jacket. Here I am opening my PureRef, and I already have a PureRef board where I have collected few references for my previous work. So here is the thing. So yes, these are the pockets which are really necessary for the jacket. I will make sure to add them. So we are good. Let me open my Maya back again, and of course before I proceed I need to save my file, and just a moment. I'll copy the file path from here, I'll minimize it and save this file. And I will also update the backup file for this model. and we are good to go. And here I have the reference, so let me zoom in a little. And what do we have here? This is roughly the same shape which we need, but we have few issues in this shape. Not issues technically, it is kind of a similar, but this is high poly. For now we don't really need the high poly for our low poly, the retopod version of it. So let me create a low poly version of it. I have selected this mesh and I have made that as a live mesh. Now I will take my quadra tool and start with the retopology. And as you can see, I have symmetry enabled, so whatever I do will also affect the other side of it. And I am actually intentionally keeping this low. I really don't want it to be that high poly right from the beginning, and we actually don't even need this thing to be that high poly. Now let me start something like this in this region. And we have it now. Only time, matter of time that we fill these parts. Okay, I have to make sure that this is getting filled properly. And let me just add few extra parts here. It is necessary for me right now. Yeah, how many edges do I have? Okay, I need to add one extra edge, and we are good to go. Let me see. Connect it. Connect it. Connect it. And I need to add another edge, and we are good. So we have successfully achieved this. Now I don't really need the live surface anymore. I will simply hide that and we are left with this part. And let me just hit the smooth option and let us see what we have here. Okay, we are good. And one more thing I would love to have, that is, okay, first just let me extrude this by pressing Ctrl E. And where is the option? I don't see the option here. Let me freeze it again and go to our pivot. Where is the pivot? There. Here we have our thickness. Let's give it a bit of thickness. This is fine. No, I need to make the thickness a little less, like something like this. I want that gap. There is a little bit of gap, which is something I need, and I will add a division. So we have the gap perfectly done. Now let's save the file once, and once we are done with this, I need to reverse the normal for this part. And now what I will do is I will select all the isolated first. Let me select this part. Reduce one more time. Enable the soft selection. I'll increase the radius a little. Then I'll come out of my isolation mode. And let me just push them inside a little, like that. This portion should go inside a little, like this, and also for this portion it should go inside a little, and we have it. So if we follow the reference here, it is kind of similar. Let me just enable the smooth, and yes, we have something to work with. And here we have things like overlapping faces, that is easy to take care of. Just I'll simply put them like this. It's not a big deal. Even if we have left them, we could have like kept that in that region and not worry about that part, but I just make sure that we are good to go in that part as well. And one more thing, let me just do one thing, changing. So now as we can see, we have a line in this region, an excess line. It is also visible in this part. Basically this part is stitched together and this is the hanging portion. So for creating that stitched part, we can, let me select this and let us select all the front portion of it. Now if I come out my solo mode and let me extrude it a little, if I enable the smooth, we can see that we have successfully created that extra stitched area for our pocket. Now we can add some thing like this to create a hard edge around there, and we are done. So this area will be properly attached to the surface, underneath surface, and this will be the floating area. So see, we have a gap in this region. And yeah, that is it, and I think we are good to go for now. And let me see what else. Yes, we need to make sure that we are creating holes for our we need to create holes and buttons for our jacket. And also, do we need any more thing? Yes, there are a few buttons in this region which we can attach. And what else? Okay, nothing more to do here. We can also do one thing. Let us check few other references if we find something interesting. Okay, it's called COAT code. My bad. Okay, see, this is we have already created. Let me check. It is there, but I think now that I have seen it, we can push it a little bit inside and also add a bevel like this thing. Now it is giving us a better feel that this area is completely stitched to that underline path. And now also I will copy this image and save it in my reference folder, sorry, reference board. So let us gather few more. I think copy image and paste it. So for now I am keeping that PureRef board in a different screen. Okay, this is a cool thing, but the problem is that our jacket which we already have here is kind of a formal one and not something like this, but I will keep this in my reference board. Maybe we can create this jacket and our character can have two clothes to wear. Like, I have the option to customize my character and change his wardrobe, so that would be a cool option, but then we also have to model the entire jacket again. That's okay. I think we are good for now. We don't need any more references. So we have bought in these references and we have to and for this one, let me hide it for now. I am presently working on this one, so it's okay to only focus on this part for now. So for creating these things, this kind of a hole, we need something like, we have to first identify the placement for our bottom holders, button socket, whatever you want to call that. I'm not sure what to call that, but we have to be sure about that. Then I can select this and I have to make a hole in it. So just to be on a safer side, I'll select the opposite side vertex as well, edge as well. Now let us see what can be done. Use bevel. Yes, bevel is giving us a decent output. and let us also figure out where the next button's placement should be. Okay, it should be somewhere around here. So let me bevel this and also select the opposite side. Yep, and let me simply bevel this. Now that we have everything beveled together, now I can select. So now let me delete this part and also the underline part as well. Delete. So we have something like this. Now if we smooth it, we can see we have made the holes for our buttons to slide in, but I feel like this is a bit too much wide for now. So let me first close this. Oops, let me first bridge them together. It's okay if we are getting those green faces. We can always fix that by simply reassigning the material to it. Not a big deal. This is fine. We are good in that part. Let me put this as well. Let me just reassign the material and we'll have something like this. Now we don't want our jacket pocket, what do you call this, button holder or socket to be that wide, so I will extrude from here and make it narrower, something like this. Let me redo that. I want to see how many thickness we provided, so it's 0.2, so I want to keep it 0.2. So I will repeat the same for this part as well. I will make it 0.2. So now let me just hit the smooth and see what we have. Okay, this is something we can work with, but now we have some other issues to tackle before we can proceed. That is, we now have n-gons in here. See, we have 5-sided polygons, which is not acceptable, so we need to fix it. And how can we actually do that? So the solution for this is, let me add this here as well as this here. So I have added them. Now let me simply connect them together. Now we have 4-sided edges, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. That is fine. Now that issue is fixed. We don't have n-gons in this region, but we will face a different problem now. Well, it is not that visible, but no, it is visible. See, you can see this hard line, it is forming as the placement for the edges are not that wide apart, which is causing that harsh line to form. So how to fix that? Well, I will come to my vertex mode. I will take my nope, I cannot do that. Maybe I can use my quad draw. Okay, quad draw is also not working. Okay, anyways, I can always use my merge option and increase the threshold. So we have to do the same for this part as well, but right now let me take care of this side, and now I will remove the excess edge. Now we have successfully removed the n-gon from this part. We don't have any n-gon, but we have a triangle here. And the thing about triangle is it is okay to have triangles in certain parts of the model, but you should not have more than four-sided polygons. Triangles in some region is okay, so it is okay to have triangles in this part, though that can be fixed easily if we wish to. And see, right now as we remove those edges, right now we don't have that excess that hard edge thing going on here, though we have a hard edge here. And I feel like to fix that I will no, that is not working. Okay, so it's okay, let me select it like this and take my side edge and let me push them in the upward direction and push it in downward direction. So do the same for this, and also same for this. Now if I smooth it out, it should get rid of that hard edge. Yeah, it is gone, and some parts are still there which is hard, but that is okay. Even in a jacket we get this kind of hard edge, so I'll let it be for now. I'm really not that worried about that part, so it can be easily fixed by changing the position of these vertices. That is good. And now coming to this part, we have a triangle here and we need to fix it, but before we proceed in that direction, let me add this. I did a mistake actually. I should have. No, it's okay. So I will again take my multi-cut tool and I will start to make something like this. Now we really don't need to simply fix it like that. I can easily delete it and delete this part. Now 1 2 3. See, now we have four-sided polygons in here as well, and we can also do the same for here. We can, if we delete the middle portion, then we have four-sided. And now if I smooth everything out, see, we have made this kind of hole in our jacket, and we also preserve the. Okay, something went wrong here. Let me see what just went wrong. Let me smooth it out. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. Basically this part went outside, so that if I just bring it inside, it will be fixed. Done. So yes, this part is done, and now we also have to do few things in the front portion as well. Let me take my multi-cut tool again and add a cut here and a cut here, and let us join this to this and this to this. Let's do the same for the opposite side as well. This to this, not bad. This to this. About it. Let us see how many edges do we have here. Oh, it is four-sided, and I think we can keep this portion like that. We have made it successfully. Now about this pinching, how can we fix that pinching, or do we even need to fix that pinching? That is the main concern here. Do we even need to do that? I think I can simply bring it close like this, and let me check. Bring it outside, put this thing up and smooth it. It is fine. Now what we need to do here is add few restrictions, this and this. Okay, thank god nothing happened, but we are supposedly about to enter into a big trouble, as I had the symmetry turned on. But thank god we are safe. Nothing bad happened for us. That is the beauty of 3D. You have to make sure that you are working or taking care of every side of it. So we have made that successfully. Now why this thing is actually bothering me, but that is actually a good thing to have. Like, it should come up like this. It is acting as a proper wrinkle, but still I want to fix this thing. I think to get rid of this thing, this bulginess over here, we might have to change the edge flow and put a edge flow in the upward direction, just to put a restriction here, but I will not bother myself for that at this given moment. Let me continue with this part. First of all, I will add few restrictions in here. That is perfectly fine. Now let me just decrease the scale of it. Okay, why do I have double-sided thing going on here? Maybe that was the reason why it was bulging up. Okay, this is fine. Let me check on the top side as well. Why do we have double-sided? No, here that is not the issue. Let me check. Yeah, it is fine in the let me take my multicut to get rid of this. Like, I am adding extra edge flow just to get rid of the ingon. Perfect. Let me do the same for this portion. Perfect. We have something in here. I have to make sure to do the same. Oh, thanks for the comment, buddy. Really, thanks for the comment. Change the screen to see something, then forgot to bring it back. Okay, now let me connect it. I have seen fine models on Instagram. uh, Fine models, what do you mean by that? Let me check. Which model are you talking about? Okay, you can human characters one after another. Okay, those rotating characters. Well, I have put AI tags on that. Like if you check the description, I have given AI tags on that. See, I can see, if you can see it, I have kept. Are you talking about this kind of models? I have mentioned that these are AI generated. See, there are AI tags in there. And if you're talking about these things, then these are my actual artwork, so why should I put AI tag in there? By the way, really thank you for the heads up. Like I had completely forgotten that I have forgot to share my screen, and there was no one to tell me, so really thankful for that. By the way, uh, can you share your name? Like, do I know you? Okay, let me continue. Really thankful for the heads up, buddy. Okay, so you are clear. By the way, what's your name? And are you an artist too? I saw the live and was happy because you used Maya too. I am watching. I'm not watching. Bye. Okay, buddy. Bye. Okay, so let me get back to the work, and I. It was really a great help from him that he mentioned that my screen was not visible. That was like not acceptable what I actually did there. But anyways, let me continue. Let me add. Add these kind of edges in here. Now I will. I really don't want that to be present. Multicut in here. And let me bridge it together. Let me bridge it. Now I can basically put this here and get rid of this excess edge which I don't need. Now I also have to take target weld, come to my vertex mode, take the target weld and just join them like this, and I can delete it. So we have something to work with. We have four-sided here, as we can see. And we also have the restrictions, so we are good to go. Now let me just turn on the occlusion and the anti-aliasing. Maybe I can, it is really not, should I think I should keep it like this, it will be much more visible. So now I have to make buttons for this portion, like buttons should be present in the just opposite part of it, so that I can make the connection properly. Let me go to my top view. I will start modeling the buttons. I will model once and then use that in other parts as well. So let me just take a cylinder first, and of course I don't need the entire cylinder, I just need the front face. And let me see what we have here. So just to make that thing work, first let me just add the bevel. Up. Wait, if I smooth it out, I already have that outside rim. Now I have to take care of the inside, and it should be fairly easy to do. Let me delete this part for now and let me bring everything back. Let me keep it like this and like this. I'm merging it at the center. Now from the top view I need to figure out the placement for these holes. So maybe this, I'm coming straight, this and this should be the proper placement. Let me widen up. And to reduce the scale of it, and let me make it like this. Now that we have this thing figured out, now I can reduce the overall scale of it a little bit more, something like this. And now let me increase, not like this, I'll increase it, but let me come to component and increase them individually, and we are good to go. Now let us delete this for now, and let me hit the smooth option to see what we have at present. See, this is the present scenario, and I feel like we need to increase the size for this part a lot more. So let me do one thing. Let me add, what can be done? For now I can bevel this portion a little, decrease the distance and bring them closer, something like this, and use bevel once more, decrease this. I basically did this just to create this mesh as a separate part. Now I can get rid of maybe I can also achieve it in a different way. Mm, yes. Mm, I'm not sure yet. Okay, let me first get rid of them. I need to make some space for increasing the size of it. Will increase the size by a lot. This is something okay. Now let us see what do we have. This and this. It should. Yeah. This is not necessary to push outside. Now I can add few extra edges in here as well as here. Now I can get rid of this and slide this part down. But I have a feeling that I am taking way too long to get this part done. I think I could have done this using bevel option. But anyways, I have already started doing it, so let us just continue it. Now I will decrease the scale over there and I have to do something similar. Let me see, do we have 6 sides? 1 2 3 4 5, so we have to add another one, then we can have a smooth perfect done. Now let me select all this and increase the scale of it. We have successfully increased the scale of this region. Select this. Let me bring them close. So this part should come inside a little. Now if I smooth it out, we can clearly see that we need to adjust this part to make it absolutely round, as well as have to take care of this part, make it like this, put them like this, then side, put it upwards. Now we have managed to create the holes, but of course this is not perfect, but given the size of it compared to our exact model, we are really not that concerned about. Let me just bridge everything here. Why can't I bridge it? Let me try this way. Why cannot I bridge it? I should be able to bridge it, but anyways, if I cannot bridge it, then I'll use my target weld to weld them together. Done. Done. Okay, so that was the reason we have few extra edges here and there. Let us just merge the edges which are matching with the inner part, then we'll take care of the excess. So this is done. Now we have shortage of these few edges, and I believe that I can solve it easily. I just add few extra edges in here, and like this I can get rid of the issues in that part. Now I have some issues here, but I believe that if okay, let me see how many edges we have here. 1 2 3 4 5, so there are 5. So I use multicut to do this as well as do this. Let me also use multicut in this region as well. Now if I use the target weld option, it should fix itself. This is a bit oval shape, but we don't have to worry much about it. We can work with that bit ovalness, as and the scale of the button is not that big compared to our entire model. No one is going to notice it. Still, just to be on the safer side and just to satisfy my okay, oh yeah, I will keep it exactly like this. So we have something here. Now let me increase this a little bit more, and this is fine. Now what we have to do is let's please transform, delete by type history, and bring it up. Now I'll duplicate this once in the downward direction. I will rotate it 90 degree, sorry, 180 degree. Now I will combine them together like this. Now I can simply breach them like this, and if I see it from the front view, then simply what you have to do is select all the vertices down here and push them upward, and we are done. Now we really don't need this extra, I got rid of it. Now I have to add a little bit of bevel in these edges. Select all of them. I'll add a little bit of bevel, not that much. Increase on segment, just if I smooth it once, then it is coming out perfectly. Now let me connect them quickly. Done. Everything is fine. Now let me also add bevel in this edges as well. Here the bevel needs to be extremely small, and let me smooth out everything, and we have it. So that is our button, and now you can see that there is a concave feel to it, concave lens feel to it. So in order to achieve that, let me select all the vertices in this part. Everything is selected. I will take the scale tool. I'll just scale them down a little like this, and I will select the outside region. I'll deselect the inside part. I will make them something like this. Now if I smooth it out, we will get a little bit of effect, but right now we cannot really see it. But once we apply the shader to it, we will get a better view. Okay, let me do this. Let me apply a different shader in this. I will apply blend for this part, and let me change the color of it to something like blue. See, now we can see that there is a downward shift in this part. So we have a button. Now just for the sake of it is not really necessary, but just for the sake of doing it, let me select this portion as well as select this portion. Now I can use connect. Now that we have the connect, I will increase its height like this and add a little bit of bevel, and it will just make this edge a little bit round like this. And now we can basically save this. I'm renaming this, and now let me duplicate it and place them here. I'm putting the reference in a different screen right now. I will come to my front view for now and make sure the button is lining up properly with this hole, and also just make it something like this. This is good to go, but the size is a little bit too much. We don't need it to be that big. This much is okay, and place it properly like this. So we have it. Now let me duplicate this and keep it here as well. Bring it out. I have to make sure that it is aligning properly, and it's perfect. What else can be done here? Let me check the reference about this line and this pocket. I really don't want, okay, I want to make, no, every jacket has got that pocket, so is it compulsory for the coat to? Yes, everywhere I see that, so let me also add that. So just to make that, let me make this as a live surface. This is a live surface now, and also I don't have to make symmetry. The pocket will be on only one side. And now let me draw this. Good. Bring like this. So I have this. Now let me just select that and bring it here. We also have to add this, just putting the restriction. I don't want those parts to be smooth. Now if I smooth it out, I can see it is holding up its shape pretty well. Now it's time for us to get rid of the live mode. Select this. Now it's time for us to bring it outside a little. This is perfect. Let me add a little bit of extrusion into it. The division. Now from the sides, I can select everything and have to let go of the front portion. Okay, let me select it like this and select it here. Select this portion and I will enable my soft selection a little bit and push them inside. I have to increase it a little bit more and push it inside. So we have it now. Let me. I saw somewhere that there should be buttons in this region as well. So let me put those as well. First of all, I'll change the color to something dark. The blue was a bit distracting for me. Now let me take, bring them here like this. Okay. I think it is roughly around here, the placement of the buttons, so I can reduce the scale a little bit more, something like this, and just make 2 copies of it. Is it necessary to keep them here? I'm really not sure, but I see no harm in keeping it. Why not keep it? Like this. Okay, now as these are here, I also have to keep them on the other side, and to do that, first let me save the file. Save the file. Now just to put them on the other side as well, I will simply select every single one of them. I will combine them together. I will freeze the transform, delete the type by history, and I'll not hit center pivot, but what I need to do is I will group them. I'll hit Control G. So now I have them in a group and the group pivots is in the center. So now if I wish to duplicate the entirety of it in other side, then I will select the group. I'll come to my edit, duplicate spatial, and I will duplicate the group. I think I was not successful. Yes, I am successful. So I have this is a group, and those are the buttons, and these are the buttons in this side. So now if I show you, this is 0. Now I can freeze the transform of the groups, and I can technically bring them outside of the group. I don't need that group anymore, and I have them. So this is it. And why do we have this line over here? There's a bit line going on. Let me check. Okay, it is yep, you can see a line running down this like this. So maybe if I select the entirety of it, also on the other side, get rid of this, and now just to smooth everything out, we can use what was that, edit edge flow. Okay, repeat the edit edge flow process for no, still we have that line. Let me select this line, then also select it on the other side. Edit edge flow, edit edge flow. Is that thing gone? Yes, that is gone. Cool. So we have our code perfectly fine. Let me save the file here. Check it out. Now I have to make sure that these things everything is under one group. Everything is under one group, and these are excess group which we don't need, and that is our backup button which we don't need right now. Let me hide it. So this is okay, this part, where is that? Everything is under one group. Let me check, can you do anything else in this code? Okay, so let me rename it code underscore low. So this is our low poly version of this code, and for this button we can also add few strings or stitches just to give it a feeling that it is connected, but I'll do that afterwards. Right now let me um, keep this. Now let me check. Okay, everything is at 0. I'll put this aside. I'm really not worried about that it is moving away from the origin, but as I can always bring that back, I have the option to bring that back. I can simply put 0 in here and it will come back, so we have nothing to worry about in that part. Now if I simply unhide it, we have another quote low. Let me also keep this here, hide it, and this is our high poly. As you can see in our high poly, we have few of these extra details which are actually missing in our low poly, but that is alright. We can get those details back by simply making ones by baking the high poly and low poly mesh together. So we are good to go in that part. And now for getting, I can also do one thing. As in this high poly, this part and this part are separate, but here this is a single part altogether. So I would love my high poly to be also like similar to this, where this part is also attached to the base of it. And to get that part done, maybe we can simply take this part inside the brush and project all these details onto it and store this as a morph target. Then like that we can actually preserve the details. It is easier to show than explain it verbally. So yes, this is done. We have already saved the file. Now let us open our ZBrush again, and we have to check what other mesh we have to decimate. So we have our ZBrush open. Just let me bring it to this screen. So yes, we are done with this part. Now we have to make sure to decimate every possible subtools in this file. Okay, let us see. We have our face decimated already. As you can see, this is done, decimated, and eyeballs are decimated. The inside mouth part, I have decimated that. The gloves, have I decimated them? Yes, that is also fully decimated. Now I was starting with the shoe portion of it, so I think I have done the decimation in this region as well. Yes, that part is decimated. So as that part, now I have to, okay, let me first decimate the pant. So I will decimate the pant for now. And here we have to actually make sure that the base mesh is separate from that one. We really don't want to combine them at this stage. It is easier to keep them separated. Like, I wish to keep these small parts separate to this. If I don't combine them at this stage, then I will have the option to do the retopology separately, and then of course ultimately I can combine them, but right now I wish to keep them separate. So let me just decimate the pant first. I'll open my the plugin. I'll come to my decimation master, and I think 150 is good for this kind of a detail. It's gonna take a while too. Okay, so the decimation is done. Decimation for the pant is done. Now as I'm dealing with the pant, let me do the decimation for, let me check, can I go even lower for the pants? No, I think I cannot go any lower for the pants. The pant is done. Let me decimate the belt holder. I think we can get done with only 35k. Hmm. So the decimation for this mesh is done or not? Let me check. Let me follow it out. Okay, reduce the poly count way too much for this one, and I really don't need to. Okay, let me decimate the tie for us. How many polygons do we have for the tie? We have around 140k. Do we have any active subdivision level? Yes, we have active subdivision levels as well. But to be honest, we really don't need so much of subdivisions. Just let me solo out this thing. I think for the tie we can get away with 35k polygons. I think we can go even lower. So the decimation for the tie is done. Let me go a little bit lower. Under the shirt, we have around 10 million polygons for the shirt, which is really not that necessary. We can get away with 5k. It takes a while to decimate everything. Okay, we are still in the process. It takes a really long time to estimate the model. Hmm. In the meantime, let me check. Okay, that was a high poly, and this is our low poly version which we have made. And now we have to repeat this kind of retopology process for everything here, that everything that is visible here. And also we have not prepared the belt for our pant in this high poly version in the ZBrush. We also have to model that separately inside of Maya. That is something that we have to keep in mind. Let's drink some water right now. By the way, 3 people are actually watching me right now, so no, actually 5 people are watching. Hello guys. Sorry, I am not interacting with anyone, but you are also not interacting with me. Just if you are here, if you are new to this channel, then can you just drop something in the comment or in the chat box and let me know that you are here. So we are done with the decimation of our shirt. You can see we are at around 10 million points. Now we are at 75,000 points for the shirt, and let us also do the same for the collar as well. And I think for the collar we can actually get it done with like 18k points. 18k points are enough for the collar. So we're done with the collar as well. Let us take care of the eyebrow. For the eyebrow, I think we can go as low as 18. 18 is also overkill. We can go as low as around 9k polygons points for the eyebrow, and it should be done perfectly. Let me check. Yes, this is perfect. We don't need to do anything more for that eyebrow. And what else do we have? We are done with the decimation of the face, the collar, the shirt, the tie. And yes, I'm keeping the collar and the shirt separately, as this is basically a stylized character and I am not really going to animate that this portion of the shirt, it will be kind of sticking to the body, and if you are making something like that, then it's okay if we keep that part separately. No one is going to actually see that both of the parts are not bind together. So yes, now for the top part only the hair is remaining, and once we are done with the hair, then we have to take care of the shoe. We have a lot of different parts in the shoe, so everything needs to be decimated separately. That is a big thing. Now let me check. This is our hair mesh. And if we are presently at 5 million points for the hair, but we of course don't need that much. So let me try something like 14k points. Let me see the result for that. It takes a bit longer to decimate the model. I mean, the processing time is by the way, yes, that there's a comment on my stream that I have few AI generated artworks on my Instagram, and the user over here, he commented that I have not mentioned that those are AI generated, but I have shown him that in the live stream through camera that though there are tags specifically mentioning that those characters are AI generated. But let me also put that inside this chat box so that there is a thread. So this question actually closes up, which claims that I have not mentioned that I used AI. Okay, so we are done with the decimation of our hair. Now this is our hair fully decimated, and let me see, why do we feel like, yes, that is the reason, that is why we got a feeling this. Okay, so I have to delete this mesh. We have a duplicate mesh for our hair as well. So this was the hair, and It was clearly visible the 35k was too little for the hair to preserve its details. It will again take a while to process the decimation. I have to wait. I have a feeling that today I am doing extremely boring things in the live stream, which is very much not entertaining at all. But I have promised myself that I will live stream daily for around 3 to 6 hours, minimum 3 hours I will stream daily. It actually gives me a reason to work on my own personal portfolio, or else I'm always working on clients' work. And it's okay to, like, obviously we need money to sustain ourselves, and doing clients' work is the best way to get that. Also, we get to do what we love doing, but the problem with that is usually most of the work I do for the clients I cannot really show them in my own portfolio. So it turns out that after, when someone asks me to show my own personal work, I don't have anything to show them. So that is the reason why I am doing this live stream while I'm working on my own personal projects. It will give me a reason to stick to my personal goals as well, and not always run after money. So let me undo it and check if I have preserved the details. Yes, I have preserved enough details for that, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy how it turned out to be. Let me get out of the solo mode. So the hair is perfectly fine. Now one thing I will do is I will hide certain parts which I have already decimated, as I want to see that which parts are still remaining. I have decimated the eyebrow was decimated actually. So eyes are decimated, the inner mouth is decimated. I have also decimated the gloves. I have decimated the shirt. I have decimated the tie, and yes, buttons. But these buttons are basically the placeholders. I'm really not that worried about them. I have a backup button in my Maya version. Here I have prepared a button. Here, if I show that I have a button here, I will duplicate this button and place them in these parts. So these are basically placeholders, so I'm really not worried about that part as well. For now I have decimated the collar, and yes, I have kept the collar and the pant and the shirt separately. These are for the belt holders. Right now I'm keeping them separate, but eventually I'll merge them together. So yes, I have decimated this here as well. So, and also I have decimated the eyebrow. But where is the eyebrow? Yes. So now these are the parts remaining that I have to decimate. Yes, I have decimated this part as well, but for now let's just keep it. So we are remaining with this much. By the way, if anyone is watching who is new to this channel, like, do you have anything to say about the shoe? Is it okay how it turned out to be? I know I've kept it simple, but Any opinion regarding anything? Let me check this part. Hmm. So this part I need to change them. I think 5k polygons should be enough for this. Okay. I think I can go even lower. I can actually go as low as 2k. Perfect. Let me also let me hide it. Once I'm done with it, I will hide them. Let me select this. I'll also keep it as low as 2k. Hide it. Select this. 2k. Okay, I can go lower for this one. No, let me keep it at 2k only. Hide it. This one 2k. Is it preserving every details? Let me check. Yes, all the details are preserved. Let me check this one. Okay, would preserve the details. I'm sure. Yes, it did preserve the details. Done. Let me take care of this one. And I'm really not worried about those parts being separated right now. Like, I have intentionally kept them separated at this moment, as it is easy for me to do the decimation or do the retopology if I wish to. Suppose if I wish that I don't want to manually retopo this thing and I wish this thing to be done with ZD mesh, for instance, then I can easily do this thing with ZD mesh, and but that will be tough for me to pull off if I merge everything together in this early stage. Now let me hide this as well. Now this, hide this, now this, the last one, and this. We are done. Now the only thing that we have to take care of is that this part. We have to take care of the 2. But before I proceed, let me save my file. So it was called decimation. Hitman jacket. Nope, something is off. Okay, this was the file. Hitman decimation. Let me rename it to decimation 2 and save it. Check how many polygons I have kept for this part. I think I had kept 15 previously, but I think I can go as low as 10. Let me do the decimation once again and see. Yes, I think I can go even 8. Decimate it. 7. Decimate it. Yes, it is still holding up the details quite well, and the surface imperfections I am really not that worried about. But let's not go any lower. This is fine. Let me hide it, and let's select this one. I will do the same for this one. I'll keep it at 7k poly point counts. Now let us deal with this, and I think that before we deal with this part we have to make sure that we actually bring back these parts for a while, as I want this part to go inside this. I want these parts to go inside this part, so while we are working on this we have to keep this part visible for our visual guidance. And let us quickly put this part inside before we can proceed to our decimation process. And for doing that I really need my artist gloves. Basically, without that gloves, if I try to draw on the skin, on the screen, on the graphics tablet, my hand will stick to it, and that is not very pleasant experience for us. Mm. Basically, this will be the socks part. Let me rename them as socks, and of course I will save the file. Now I can hide. What is Now these will be named as sock. Name them sock. Then them as well. Let me solo them out and see the underneath part. Yes, it's fine. We really don't have to put much details into it. And let me just 7 is okay. Let me first put the poly count very high, then we can reduce it. I think I increased the polygon way too much. Now it will take a while to process. The decimation process will take a little longer now. Well, it started, but I have to wait a little. It takes way too long to process here. It's done processing. See that it is done. Let us decimate this portion. And now we have option, like we can either merge these things, these what you call speeches. You can merge them directly on this mesh. You can merge them directly on this mesh. That is the option we have, or we can keep them as a separate mesh. And I think we can actually keep them as a separate mesh for now. Yes, let us keep them as a separate mesh for now. Let me just decimate this part. I think 7k is not enough for this. At least we need 15k for this part, as we have holes over here. Again, it will take a while to decimate it. Okay, I will do one thing. It is taking a really long time to get the decimate every single file. So right now I'll stop my stream. I'll do the lengthy process of decimation and I will get it done within 1 hour. And in the meantime I will also have my lunch. Then I'll be back for my another live stream session. So let me stop it for now.